Okay, so here we have the turtle tank, and you'll notice, you might not be able to see it in this very well, turtles down there, the tank's a little dirty, and there's a slight film on the surface that tends to indicate that this particular filter has gotten out of whack. So I'm guessing what's happened is gotten too dirty. I've actually ordered some filters, and they're now here. And the way this particular reptile filter system works is there isn't actually like a pump that actually filters itself. What is, there's two separate filters in there, and you can't really tell, but what those filters have done is they've gotten so clogged they're actually dammed up. So a little bit of water drains into the actual pump system itself, and very little can come out. So what you got, luckily the tank does not smell bad. Now there's a lot of good algae in there for the smell. There's no real smell to it. It actually smells kind of like fresh air when you put your face down to it. There's no real turtle smell, which is good for the turtle. But we're going to just really quickly just go through the cleaning process, just so we don't have the same issue where you have this basically the pump pumping nothing, and the filters not really doing, basically have done their job. They've been in there too long, and it's time to get them cleaned out and replaced. So we'll check this out in just a minute. Okay, so now you get to hear nice acoustics of the bathroom. So this is the filter system. So right there you can see, obviously that's the intake side, and this filter's kind of had its last little day in the sun here. It's basically falling off the little mount that comes with it. That's the opposite end. So you're seeing basically the filter has done its job. This thing's clogged, and right where that water line is, that's the max fill for that particular filter system with that rock like camouflage system that makes it look like it's part of the ecosystem. So right there, very easy to kind of see. It's just gotten clogged up. Obviously I'm going to be using some major hand sanitizer here, but just to get it rinsed out. I'm going to throw this out, but just to make sure it's not like in the garbage getting nasty, just quickly run it through. Just get some of the gunk, major gunk out of it. It's already just falling apart. Like this thing, like there's actually a charcoal in there for the filtering, and that's basically just falling off the thing. But this filter is basically done. This one probably has a few more rounds with it. I tend to let these things go through about 3 times. I've had issues in the past where there'll be like a major spill inside of the like I might have like this happened before. I've dumped in half a can of food by accident, and all of a sudden I have all this food in there. Functionally, I scoop out as much as I can with my hand. That's of course terribly fun and nasty, and I got to get this drain snake again kind of clogged up. But the major issue you run into is just over time these drains get clogged up, and this system, it's been very effective. It's worked great, but we don't want to burn out the motor on this little guy right here. So this little guy, little workhorse, cleans everything out, but it does get clogged up. This thing still does process water, so it will get clogged up on occasion, especially if it's been a while since you cleaned your filter out. So we're just going to basically just run through it real fast. We'll plug it up, let it run through some cleaner water, let this sink drain out real fast, and then we can actually let it pump out some clean water for a little while, just so it can get a little cleaned out. Alright, so now we got some hot, nice clean water. Now we got some nice, clean, hot water. We're going to go ahead and let this thing just pump for a little while. Keep some of it back in there. Oh, looks like we got a clog somewhere. If the water's not coming out, usually there's a reason that. Right there. It is a pump system. Alright, so now we're going to take the pump and put it back in. This is where it gets kind of gross, because you still do have the tank, and it still has the natural algae, which isn't unhealthy, but you certainly don't want to ingest it or get it in your eyes or anything else, because, you know, it does have turtle stuff in it. I mean, there's no way around it. If you go into any swamp and get it in your mouth, you're going to want to go home and probably vomit a little bit. But for the most part, there's nothing here that's going to kill you. Might be something here might make you a little sick. So we don't want to be touching anything without some major amounts of hand sanitizer. But that's the pump going in, and from this point on, we have to get our filters. I actually have one extra filter from purchasing this particular filter system. You know how long we had the old filters in there. We take one, we just smush it into this little slot right here. My voice probably got real loud because I made no effort to actually muffle it at all. And I got some extras down here. They come in packs of 3. I think 3 is like one of the larger turtle tank filter sets, so you'll see a little pack of 3 of them. But we only use 2 for this filter system. And once again, you want to fill this basically to where your turtle's comfortable, but if you have a turtle in a rock or if you have a shallow system, you're going to be replacing these a lot more often, or at least taking more time to clean them out, because basically they'll clog up quicker. So now I'll just plug the cord in. And boom, there it goes. Now you actually see some water flow happening. Now eventually the filters will fill back up and they'll have to be cleaned again. And that, well, so right there you see a little bit of puff of just dirt and grime. That's the water that's basically the water suddenly churning up what was already on the ground. So it's going to have to catch it, put a little catch up to clean up. And that's the essentials of this turtle tank. That's all there really is to it. The rest is just, you know, making sure you have it positioned where you want it. Occasionally going through the tank itself, wiping it down, picking up anything that the turtle drops off, like shed scales, that kind of stuff. So that's all there is to it, guys. Thanks for watching.